All right, welcome to your 3-minute crash course on this week's full-length podcast, Bob. We chatted about scatter diagrams.
We did indeed, yeah. And you don't have to be a heavy-duty stats nerd to get into our podcast on this one. So we talked about why you would use a scatter diagram is really to test for possible cause and effect relationships, and it can also, Jed, be used to predict the future. Right here on the Wiley Manager podcast, you heard it here first.
Amazing, predicting the future.
Oh, yes.
And we had a couple of examples we walked people through, and that might be the easiest way in the 3-minute version to give some clue as to how the conversation went.
Yeah, and these are actually both actual live examples. I've scrubbed the client details out to preserve anonymity. But, in this first one, you'll see there's a whole bunch of scatter plots all over the page without any discernible pattern. Well, we're going to say that this is not correlated. So what in this particular case, this client thought that they were their production, they're making widgets, and they thought that, okay, well, this one machine is highly influencing our production. When they went and put it on a scatter diagram, as it turned out, it wasn't highly correlated. So they had to go looking for another cause of their production bottleneck.
Okay, so you've got the idea to go look somewhere else rather than focusing on what you thought was the problem.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
And the other one you had is where the correlation does exist. It's a tight pattern.
Yeah, that's right. So you can imagine a line. If you're not looking at the video, you look at a line across a page and all these dots scattered around this line. Okay, so very clearly these two things are correlated, right? So what this actually is, this is real data. This is the correlation of temperature to Coca-Cola sales.
Okay.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting. So not a big shock. Depending on where you live, you would sell more Coca-Cola on a hot day than a not so hot day. But the interesting thing that you can do here is it's got an equation at the very top of the corner, and the numbers don't actually matter as much as the fact that if this were your data, you could plug in, okay, if this is the temperature tomorrow, this is roughly how many units of Coca-Cola I'm going to sell.
And we talked about during the podcast then using that data to either do your scheduling, your inventory control. It can actually help you make business decisions.
Yeah, you bet. So, and we talked more about how you can do this. And again, in the old days, you used to have to be quite mathematically inclined to be able to do all this stuff. With Excel now, you can literally do this in a few minutes. So if you've got the data, again, grab yourself a month's worth of data, right? In this particular case, how many units of Coca-Cola we sold every day versus the temperature outside. You pop those things onto a graph. It pukes out an equation for you. You can do this in seconds.
So easy, even I could do it.
It's so darn easy, Jed. Yes, even a liberal arts grad can get it.
So if you're a stats nerd like Bob and you really get jazzed about this kind of stuff, go check out our full-length version of this podcast, which you can get off of iTunes or alternatively directly off our website.
Or yeah, that's right. Or if you're a liberal arts grad like Jed.
Yeah.
You can actually really up your game by being impress your friends and be far more analytical than people think you're capable of. So
you'd be fun at the cocktail party after listening to this one.
Oh yeah, you betcha.
All right, Bob.
Talk to you soon, Jed.
See ya.